Easy question, I have to say.
Yes, ganyan na ganyan yung itsura niya.
Let's do it!
What the hell? Like, it's me. And you say, oh my God.
They was like, holy beef. What's this going on? Because even now I get like speechless.
Why is it important for a beauty queen to have a good time?
You do not know how to speak your mind. You're not going to give your organization much credibility for what you're really fighting for.
Beauty queen doesn't mean perfection. Now I feel embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to do it because that's how I am. So that's gonna go.
My wave became the Miss International wave. Right, Steven?
I have become a patent.
Ito naman yung bumaba. Sabi ko, oh my God, kasi nasabi ko ng planet how. Tapos pag inaangat ko, hinihila niya. So ako, angat siya.
My travels. I love my travels.
I would just want it to be that I gave something back that made them happy.
Money or love?
Love.
Hi everyone, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are watching right now. This is your ultimate pageant online show, Missosology Beauty Talk Season 4. This is your Missosology International correspondent, 𝘾𝙃𝙀𝘾𝙆, and I am joined today with the famous Missosology editor, Drew Francisco. Drew, sorry, I'm in trouble right now. How are you?
I'm really, really good, Amir. I just woke up a few hours ago after staying up late for Miss Globe pageant. And before we start our interview today, we just want to congratulate Miss Philippines, Maureen Montaigne, for winning the Miss Globe 2021 title in Albania early this morning here in the Philippines. And congratulations, you made us proud. And I'm very excited, no? Parang,
and yes, so
it's the year of the Philippines so far in international
and I'd like also to
pageants.
congratulate the team of Miss Philippines, Binibining Pilipinas. Congratulations for another crown. Wow.
Yes, congratulations, Binibini. Dapat 2 crowns na sila. And I'm sure our viewers are very excited to know kung sino yung special guest natin. So Amir, I'll do the honors of introducing our very special guest who will also be wearing the Philippine sash in the international arena really, really soon. So our very special guest for today is an industrial engineer, model, and a seasoned beauty queen from Cebu. Last month, she was crowned Miss World Philippines 2021 and is set to represent the country at the 70th Miss World contest in December in Puerto Rico. Friends, let us all welcome the lovely Tracy Maureen Perez.
Hello,
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Wow.
I'm so excited to be to all my supporters out there sa mga Cebuano. I'm here. Please need to watch me and my journey. I love you all. Thank you again.
Ang ganda.
True, sobra. So Mir, the first question, I'll do the.
Yeah, I
the
just want to
honors.
know, Tracy, how are you right now? Kumusta ka?
I'm just very, very happy, to be honest. It's been up and down. It's a roller coaster, definitely. But no, I'm just looking forward to really spending all my energy and all my efforts towards really pushing our cause forward and bringing the Philippine sash in Puerto Rico with the best way that I can. And again, I just want to thank every single individual, every single Cebuano, every single Bisaya who has been there with me ever since, and I will continue to make you proud. Please continue to pray for me.
Maayong hapon sa tanan na
Maayong
tumakabayan
hapon.
na nga
Maayong
Bisaya.
hapon.
Hello guys. Maayong hapon.
Yeah.
And Tracy, it's been a month since you crowned Miss World Philippines. How has your life changed so far?
Oh, you know, to be very honest, sometimes I still forget that I'm already in World Philippines because I'm just really used to my simple, normal life. You know, I've always been telling everyone that no matter what I may achieve in life, I will continue to be the simple girl, the sweet girl, the crybaby iyakin girl that my friends and my family know. I will not change for anything or for anyone. And achievements or no achievements, I will continue to honor my family, to honor my country, and to always do everything with a purpose and to really continue to live a fulfilling life. My life has been filled with so many challenges. I have always been telling everyone that my life story is an MK story. But I'm very happy and excited to finally be able to share my story to the whole world this time, not just to my fellow countrymen.
Wow. You know what, Tracy? That's why you're Miss World Philippines. You're such a loving daughter to your parents. Anyway, Tracy, now as a Miss World Philippines, there's always a pressure. And that's normal for all of the beauty queens, especially for Filipino beauty queens. Now, I just want to know, how do you handle pressures that comes with a crown?
Well, I take it as in a positive note, because there is always a good kind of pressure and a bad kind of pressure. And right now, in the middle of the competition, it is always very important that you have the right mindset and you have a safe space and you have the right people that you can trust around you. So I really see to it that I focus on the positive side, on the good kind of pressure, because it is in that way that I continue to learn, that I continue to improve for myself, and do the right things that will benefit not just me, but hopefully benefit the whole Filipinos. Because being in Miss World, being in the Miss World competition, you can't really expect anything. You don't know what will happen. I don't know what will happen there, but if there's only one thing that I can promise, it's that I will continue to give my best, that I will never give up, no matter what people might say, no matter what people might keep on telling me. I will continue to be kind. I will continue to be resilient and will continue to fight, because again, no one can take it away from all of us. If we choose to fight, if we choose to continue to be happy and to continue to be kind to the world, then nothing can bring us down.
Wow,
I
I
love how
love
you
the
put it, Tracy. Mm.
yeah, I love the
And
spirit,
Amir,
fighting spirit
may
there. I
follow
love
up
it.
question ako. May follow up question ako to Tracy about handling pressure. Because earlier today, another Marine just
Oh
won a crown
yes,
for the Philippines. And I know
Con-
that your friends and family and people close to you call you Maureen.
yes.
So, may nag-comment niya right now na may swerte daw na dala ang name ng Marine for the Philippines this year. So, does the Miss Globe win of Marine one thing pressured you, or did it inspire you even more to work hard for the Miss Globe crown?
But first of all, yes, that's true that most of my family and friends call me Mau or Maureen, especially back in Cebu. And I take it as an inspiration. Very very with Maureen's win, because she came from Miss World Philippines. She was previously Miss Eco International, and she did really well representing the Philippines. And this time, during her last pageant stint, she finally was able to bring home the crown to our country, and she made all the Filipinos proud once again. And so I really, really take it as an inspiration, not just because Maureen is also my second name, but because she did so well despite being in the pandemic, despite having to prepare in the middle of a pandemic. And the Binibini journey she had, it took also 2 years for them to finish. Just like in Miss World Philippines, it also took us a while before we finally were able to push through with our coronation night. So I feel like we have a lot of similarities, and the circumstances are pretty much the same as well. So again, I will see her win as a possibility for me that hopefully another Maureen will be crowned soon, and hopefully
Yes.
Maureen can bring home the second Miss World crown for the Philippines.
I love it. Manifesting.
And
Yeah, that I love the spirit. and and now Marine, with Miss World just few weeks away, and with your very busy schedules, for sure you're very busy now, and with the duties with you as Miss World Philippines, could you tell us or describe us a day like for you as a beauty queen?
Whew. Every day in my life right now, in the middle of my preparation, really my schedule changes from time to time. Sometimes I get a notification or a message that I have to be somewhere very early in the morning, or sometimes again the schedule is just jump packed. But I see to it that I'm ready for anything. There is no time to complain. There is no time to be tired. And right now, I'm just really focusing my energy on fulfilling every obligation and responsibility that I have. And you know what? Being here in Manila, I'm currently here in Manila for all my preparations. It still takes me a while to really get used to a little bit of traffic and all the cab rides, of course. But definitely, every single time I make sure that I have the time to meet with my mentors. And I just actually finished my Spanish class earlier this morning. I'm taking a Spanish class. So I want to say hello to Hola Amigos for helping me with my Spanish classes. And of
Love
course,
it.
I'm trying to learn. It's definitely a challenge, but
Mhm.
my roots are Spanish, so I feel like it will be a little bit easier for me to actually adapt to the language, and
Yeah,
hopefully it will be a plus for me when I get to Puerto Rico. So all of those
yeah.
preparations, the same kind of preparations as when I competed for Miss World Philippines. Definitely, again, it's all about consistency, training for
Mhm.
for Q&A, and for styling and for makeup and hair. Definitely, it has to be all around. And I try to do it and schedule everything in the last 2 weeks that I have before I have to leave for Puerto Rico.
It's very soon na pala, no?
I leave,
Naaalis ka.
And by the way, Maureen, hopefully one of our Missosology correspondents will be there in Puerto Rico. Yes,
hopefully.
for Missosology. Yeah.
Yes.
And anyway, so I just want to know, how do you describe your day without wearing the Miss World Philippine crown?
Without the Miss World Philippines crown, I'm just the typical, simple, normal girl, a working girl, actually.
Mhm.
When Especially during these times, I really really value the work that I have, because a lot of us have lost our jobs in the middle of the pandemic. So right now I'm even more grateful that I'm still very lucky to be able to keep my job. And I'm without my Miss World Philippines crown, I will continue to be, again, that simple girl and someone who works on achieving her dreams. Because as someone who doesn't come from a well-off family, I'd like to think that I can pursue both my dreams, both my dream in pageantry and my dream as a professional and pursuing my professional career. So that is what I'm trying to do in my life. And without the Miss World Philippines crown, hopefully I will still continue to be a successful engineer in my field.
Wow,
Yes.
super exciting, na Drew. So, Drew, I pass the mic to you now for more
Yes.
questions.
Yeah. So, before I start our next segment, just want to quote one of our former beauty queens. Bagay na bagay kay Maureen. As a modern Filipina, you can do both. You can
You
be a
can
beauty queen and be an
definitely
engineer and
a
succeed
beauty.
in both. Yeah,
Yes.
succeed in both industries. So I love the spirit, Maureen. And now our next segment is called This or That. So this is a fun game where we will ask you to pick between two things or two scenarios, and you can explain to us briefly why you chose your answer. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's
Again, always ready. So, okay, the first one, are you a coffee or a milk tea person?
coffee or milk tea? Hmm, it used to be milk tea, but right now, definitely coffee. I need my coffee all throughout the day. Sometimes I finish
Uh,
3 4 cups a day.
wow, ang dami.
I love my coffee.
Yes, coffee running, ano na, running na sa
Because
nerves mo right
I
now.
get 1 hours of sleep a day, so definitely I need all the energy. I need my coffee.
Yes. Okay. The next one, dogs or cats?
Ooh. Same with this. It used to be dogs. I really love dogs, and right now, ever since I started having my cat, my cat's name is Kiffy. She's a Persian cat. I just had her last
Mhm.
January, and I started leaning more towards cats this time. So definitely cats for now. But still, I'm
Cute.
animated nevertheless.
Yes. The next, are you a Netflix or a YouTube person?
Mm, I would say YouTube because everything is in YouTube. May it be music, may it be uh, every kind of information is readily available now on YouTube, especially during the
Yes.
and especially for our students when face-to-face classes are no longer available. And that also applies for me because if I don't know something, I tend to go to YouTube to really search for the possible answers to my questions. And
Yes.
with Netflix, it's very limited. You're limited to watching documentaries and movies. But with YouTube, it's never-ending possibility. Just like what I want to see in my life.
Agree. And we're also live on YouTube now. So to all the viewers on YouTube, hello.
Hi,
Okay. The next one, swimsuit or evening gown?
swimsuit or evening gown? I love evening gown more because um, I get to really showcase not just myself but also the works of my designer because it's
Yes.
always a collaborative effort and it has always been a struggle for me in the past because I could never envision how my evening gown would really look like on coronation night. Like if they asked
Mhm.
me it would look like on coronation when I'm being crowned, in the past for some reason I couldn't answer it. But during the third try for the Miss World Philippines 2021, I was really firm with what I really wanted. And I'm just very lucky that my evening gown designer, Tito Rico, if you're watching, thank you so much for making my dream gown. So I was able to finally envision everything. So I really think that it also helped me bag the win this time around.
Yes, and like what Amir and I said earlier when we were hindi pa tayo live, you look really, really good in that evening gown. And
Thank you.
ang ganda-ganda. Ayan. So shout out to your designer. Ang husay po.
Thank
Okay.
you.
The next one naman, Marine. Sneakers or high heels?
I'm a sneakers girl. I have so much
Uh-huh.
sneakers. Definitely, I love my high heels for special occasion. Ever since I was a kid, honestly, I would wear high heels in school, but I also bring my rubber shoes with me. So I guess it has to be a little bit of both all the time. A balance of both is.
Yes. Okay, the next one. Would you rather write a love letter or receive one?
I like writing love letters.
Mhm.
I was a kid, I would always make letters for my mommy because it has always been just me and my mom all throughout my life. And I guess it's my way of saying thank you for all the love that I received from her, for all the sacrifices she has made so that we could live a happy life. And although she's no longer around, to be honest, I still
Oh,
continue to write her letters in my phone or in small pieces of paper. And I'd like to think that one way or another, she's still able to read my messages to her and appreciate my love for her.
I'm sure wherever she is, nababasa na yan.
Nababasa niya yan.
And yeah, oo. And kinilabutan ako sa answer mo.
Hmm.
May goosebumps. Grabe. Okay, sige, move on na tayo. The next one. Would
Heavy,
you
heavy.
rather would you rather be able to fly or turn invisible?
I would like to be able to fly because as of right now, to be honest, I'm still scared of riding airplanes. Up until
Uh,
so I'm not looking forward to the 16, 17-hour flight to Puerto Rico. So I feel like I'm able to fly. I would no longer have that fear of riding airplanes because I know that whatever happens, I will be safe.
yes.
If
And aside from Puerto Rico, where else would you want to fly right now?
right now, aside from Puerto Rico, I would say New Zealand because
Ooh,
my closest cousins already live there, and she's always said that it's really one of the best places to be. And I would like to see for myself as to why that is the case for her. So I would really
yes.
love to experience New Zealand, even if it's just for a short while.
I do have friends who are already residents there and ganyan din yung sinabi nila. So, sabay tayo.
Sabay tayo. Let's go to
Okay, the next one, vacation or staycation.
vacation. I would love to be in a vacation because it has to be outdoors. When I'm on a vacation, I usually just backpack, like a backpacking vacation, because I like to see the world. I like not
Mhm.
to stay in the hotel or in like I want to be able to go out and see for myself the beauty of the world, beauty of the culture, and the beauty of the people that I meet. So definitely vacation.
Yes, we all read that right now. Okay, the next one, would you rather give up social media or eat the same dinner for the rest of your life?
Oh my gosh, it's not apple to apple comparison, so it's hard. But if I can give up just one thing, hmm, for now, I think I would eat the same dinner for the rest of my life.
Uh-huh.
Why? Why? Because even if it's the same kind of food, I can always tweak it the way I want. For example, one of my favorite food is eggs, but
Yes.
how it is, we can always cook it in different ways. So I'd like to think that there is still an option for me. And if I give up social media, I don't think that it will help me. It will be beneficial for me right now and in the future because you know how we need social media, especially during these times. We have to stay updated. We have to stay connected to
Yes.
a family member that we have all over the world and to really stay updated on what's happening with every single human being right now. So we need social media. And it's there for a reason. It's meant to be used by every one of us.
Yes, siya, kailangan mo pa siya for Miss World.
Of course, I will plug her hopefully. So
Yes.
by next time.
Yes. Okay, the next one. Would you want a rewind or a pause button in your life?
Have a rewind button or a pause. I would want a rewind button. Definitely.
Mhm.
Because we can always pause anytime. It's always an option for us to just disconnect for a little bit and assess our goals but with rewind button, I think that I would really love to go back in time where my mother was still around. It's been
Mhm.
years. It's been 11 years since she passed away. And if I could just have one more maybe dinner time with her or lunchtime with her or just a sit down talk with her, I would really, really, really love that. And I would tell her that 11 years from now, Mommy Chona, I will be Miss World Philippines and hopefully I will
Uh,
be.
and I'm sure she's very, very, very proud of you right now. And she
Right
will be
now.
there in Puerto Rico in spirit
She's
with
always with
you.
me.
Yes. Okay, the next one. Zombie outbreak or alien invasion.
Oh my gosh. I think Alien Invasion would be a little bit better because I can't imagine being in a zombie outbreak. And all the movies we watch would finally come true. So I think Alien Invasion would be a good one since we already have the option to maybe try living in different planets and finally find out if Mars is livable after all.
Yes, true. Okay, the next one. More time or more money?
More time. I would love more time to make more money and to make more experiences and to gain more learnings. Time is the
Yes,
money can earn that anywhere, anytime, but time is really precious and it's priceless.
sure, agree. The next one. Beauty or purpose?
Purpose. Definitely purpose because you can only live a fulfilling life, a fulfilled life if you know your purpose, you know why you're in this world, you know why you're living every day, and you know why you can get up every day despite everything that's happening around you. And you can always find beauty and purpose after all. And that is why Miss World is always tagged with a purpose. And that is what I'm trying to do.
Yes. And finally, and Amir's favorite, crown or
Yeah.
romance.
Would you rather choose crown or romance?
Crown or romance? Hmm, Crown. I would choose crown because romance, love can wait, and crown is a once in a life opportunity. And right now, I would love to be able to focus everything that I am, everything that I have, into making sure that I can give it my all because, again, this is a once in a lifetime thing for me. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I only get this chance to be able to represent all of us Filipinos in Miss World stage. And I would love to be able to look back 20 years from now and see and say to myself that I made the right choice, that I've given
Mhm.
everything that I have into making my dreams. Because again, if the person truly loves you, he or she will wait.
Yes. And that's it for this or that. Thank you, Tracy, for
Going.
gamely answering our this or that questions. That was
Too,
a
too
roller
much
coaster ride of
personality for Tracy,
emotions.
Drew.
Oh,
She's so
true, true.
gamely answering the questions. I love it. I love her personality now.
Yep,
Thank
yep.
you.
And now, Tracy, we move forward to your pageant journey. So we'll talk about your journey to the Miss World Philippines crown. But before that, I just want to ask this one because last year you competed in Miss Universe Philippines under a bubble setup. And then this year naman, you competed in Miss World Philippines. But before the coronation night, marami rin kayong pinagdaanan. So technically, parang isa ka sa pinaka-veteran when it comes to the pandemic pageants. So,
Yes.
what were the lessons that you learned in both pageants that you would be bringing with you when you compete in Puerto Rico?
Competing in the middle of a pandemic is definitely challenging. I've also experienced competing prior to the pandemic back in 2019, so I could really tell the difference. But this time, after experiencing 2 years in a row, how it's like to compete in a bubble setup and facing all the uncertainties of a pandemic, I'm really sure that when I get to Puerto Rico, I know that I will be able to remind myself to just really let things flow and again to not be too, you know how it is when you truly want something. Sometimes we cling on to things too much and we stress out on all the small things. But if there's one thing that this pandemic taught me, competing in the middle of a pandemic taught me, it's definitely about being patient with myself, being patient with the people around me, and even the organization that I'm representing. Because again, there this time. Anything can happen every single day. And so I try not to stress out too much. I just tell myself that there are things that I cannot control, and that's normal. And that will always happen no matter the time, no matter the age. And even after the pandemic, there are so much uncertainties. And so as a person and as someone who is competing and is someone who wants to really do very well in the Miss World competition, I really want to bring to the table how I was able to handle every single uncertainty that came my way. Because I know that it will help me if I'm given a chance to be Miss World, someone who has had all those experiences with her prior and during the pandemic, I know that I will be able to handle anything that is thrown at me. May that be mentally or physically and emotionally.
Yes. And now, moving forward to your Miss World Philippines 2021 journey. During the screening, you mentioned that you are 100% confident that you will win one of the titles. But did you expect that you're going to win the top crown?
Hmm. I If I expected to win Miss World Philippines, definitely not. I have to be honest.
Mhm.
I was very sure that prior to joining for the third time in my life, I
Yes.
wanted to be sure of myself. I clearly remember I had a sit down talk with my family members, with my cousins, and they asked me, if you do fail again, would you be okay? And that was the turning point for me because, again, we can't really tell the results. We will never know what will happen. but I had to see to it that whatever happens, I will be ready. Because that is the only time that you can truly say to yourself that you're ready, that you will be okay with whatever happens. So when I already accepted it to myself, I pushed through. I said that I will be trying one last time and I will give it my all. I will stop doubting myself. I will stop doubting my capabilities and I will start trusting more with the process and start trusting more the people that surround me, the people who believe in me. And so during the final screening, I told everyone that I'm 100% sure that I will make it this time because I've already overcome the biggest competition that I have, which is myself. And again, no matter the results, I feel like I'm already a winner because I was able to move past that hurdle in my life. And I feel like there's nothing that's going to be able to stop me now that I've accepted fully and trusted fully all everything that I can do for myself and for my country.
Yes, and definitely nothing stopped you. Not the pandemic restrictions, not the postponed finals night, not the record-breaking coronation night, and the twice na nahulog ka on stage, or you fell on the stage. So take us back, Tracy, to that very moment when, after almost 7 hours, you were finally announced Miss World Philippines. What was running through your mind?
Okay, so I guys, I'm pretty sure most of us already have seen the clips and everything that happened during that night. But during the whole coronation night and even hours before, I was just very relaxed. And it's
Mhm.
something that's unusual for someone like me because again, I always pressure myself, I always get nervous, especially before coming out of the stage. And for some reason during that night, I was really feeling like I'm at peace, like I'm where I needed to be. And so I just thought to myself, just go out there, have fun, and enjoy your last performance in the Philippines. What I did. So when I fell off the stage the first time, that was when I felt nervous. That was when
Uh-huh.
all sank in. Oh my gosh, my last time? Did I do well? Did I perform well? Was I able to fulfill my promise that I will give the best performance of my life? That's when it all started to really go through my head. And if you can remember the clips back then doing this, I was
Mhm.
praying so hard because I was thinking to myself, is it a good sign that I fell or is it a bad sign? Will it mean that I will win the Miss World Philippines crown or will it
Uh-huh.
mean that I would not place at all? So I was very, very scared. And so when they finally called my name, they were calling every single candidate, every single winner one by one. And it was only the last spot remaining. And it was, of course, for the Miss World Philippines crown. I just prayed to God and said, God, all for you. If I win or if I don't, I will be okay because I know I've already given my all and that's enough for me. May your will be done. That's everything
Yes.
what was going through my mind. And when they called my name, I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I was just very happy. I just felt very blessed that I was finally given that opportunity and my dream finally came true. I'm finally able to wear the Philippine sash. I'm now wearing Miss
Mhm.
Philippines and finally be able to represent us in the international stage. That's always been one of my biggest dreams. It was even my
Yes.
mom's dream that I finally become a beauty queen and
Mhm.
all coming true.
Yes. So now, I know that it was a long night for you during that coronation night. What was the first thing that you did when you went back sa backstage?
The very first thing I did, I was attending, I was in bed actually with my first fall.
Uh-huh.
I did not feel it during that time. So I was shocked when I got to change to my short dress and saw everything. So I attended to my wounds and of course
Uh-huh.
I called up my family, my cousins and my tita and tito. It was already my cousin's birthday. So I greeted her happy birthday. And, you know, every time, even back in Cebu, because I also had to, I had 3 tries in Cebu as well before I
Yes.
finally crowned. It was also my tito's birthday. There is always someone's birthday in the family if it's my lucky night. So I'm
Mhm.
still trying to scan through the birth dates of all my cousins and all my relatives who's birthday on December 16, and I'll take that.
True. Dapat meron din yung birthday. And now, yeah, and now Tracy, you were finally able to bring home the crown to your hometown last week. So how was the experience?
It was one of the best experiences of my life, to be very honest. I had 2 homecomings, one in Quezon del Sur and one, of course, in Cebu. For all of those who don't know, I was but I spent my childhood years in Bayugan, in Salvacion, Bayugan. I until I graduated grade 6, and then for my high school and college years, we moved back to Cebu. So I'm just very happy that my classmates from grade school still remembered me. I think it's
Wow.
one of those birthdays I had because an intimate dinner for me, all my classmates in grade school, and we were just 12 during my grade 6 graduation. And even if they're already from Bohol, right now they're staying in Bohol, and some are even staying in Cebu, they really made they could go back home to Bayugan so that they could spend the night with me. It was really an effort. They even made a sketch for me of my and they gave me this, my bracelet. They all in
Wow.
so give me a bracelet, and I'm wearing it every single day as a reminder that all my classmates and all my friends are with me in this fight, and they are supporting me. Hi to all my classmates in Saint Anne, my teachers. I'm very sure that they're watching right now.
Yeah, may mga nagko-comment nga today, proud classmate here.
Hello, hello, classmates.
Yep. And now, Tracy, I want to move forward to our next segment where we will talk more about your advocacy work. So, the heart and soul of the Miss World pageant is the beauty with a purpose. So, could you share to us what you're working on and why is this important for you?
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share more about my Beauty with a Purpose project and my advocacy. And definitely, it's all about our solo parents because just a little bit of backstory. I was also raised by my single mother. All my life, I've seen everything that she did for me, everything, all the sacrifices, all the efforts she had to make so that we could make ends meet. And right now, even though she's no longer with me, I know that I still have a responsibility to fulfill. I may not be able to personally do this for her, but I do know for a fact that if I'm able to help out the solo parents, the single mothers out there, just like my mom, I know that in a way, I'm also helping her. I'm also honoring her memories. And again, everything that I do in my life, everything that I am, I know that this is all for my mother. And that is why, given this opportunity to help out all the single mothers out there, all the solo parents, I know that I'm in the right place, that I'm doing everything that I can so that I could hopefully uplift their lives as well. And working with the Solo Parents Federation in my community in Cebu, in Cordova to be specific, we have this small community. Actually, they're not a small community. The leaders are just around 12, but the solo parents population is astounding. It's just a small community, but there are about 2,000 solo parents, even in just a small community. So can you imagine how many more solo parents we have all over the Philippines? And I want to see to it that if I'm able to help out the community that I have, hopefully that can be used as a benchmark for other communities so that they can follow our lead, and hopefully I could help them as well. I will start with the small community that I have, and right now with a bigger platform with the Miss World Philippines, and hopefully with the Miss World platform, I'm able to help out other communities as well. It's about giving them hope during the pandemic and even after the pandemic, that they can still contribute to the society. They have the chance to sustain their families. It's about giving them the opportunity to learn new skills, computer skills, and pointing them to the right direction, equipping them with the right knowledge and the right skill set so that they can find better opportunities to sustain their families.
I loved how very personal this is to you, Tracy, and how you were able to make it more in as an honor to the memory of your mom, and at the same time helping a lot in your community. And hopefully, even after your reign, you'll be able to bring this outside of your community and to the rest of the Philippines. Then so we will
Oh,
be supporting you with this project, and I'm very excited to watch this one. And now we move forward to your preparations, naman. So you have a few two more weeks before you fly out to Puerto Rico. So how crazy are the preparations right now?
it's been it's getting crazier by the day, to be honest. We're having, I would say, last minute. We only have 2 weeks left, about 12 days to be exact, before I have to leave. So right now we're really going through all the schedules, everything that we've possibly missed out, because right now we're really focusing on just really complying all the requirements that the Miss World organization has let us comply. Definitely the intro video. I'm pretty sure that you're all very excited to witness my introduction
Yes.
video. Hopefully you can continue to support me. And of course, the most important for me and also for Miss World is our Beauty with a Purpose project. And hopefully you can spend 5 minutes of your time to really get to know the things that we did for our community. And because in my Beauty with a Purpose video, you will see a lot more details about the project itself. And I'm also encouraging everyone, if they can spare a little bit of their time and energy and a little bit of money, so that they can, of course, sponsor our projects more, because it's all about sustainability. And that is also one of the biggest challenges, especially during these times, is how we can sustain our project. And I want to do this even after Miss World. So right now that I'm given this kind of opportunity, I would like to rally with everyone to really help out this cause, because it's for our mothers, it's for the families that really helped us to be where we are today. So hopefully you can really give your time to watching my, not just my introduction video, but most especially my Beauty with a Purpose video. And
Yeah.
again, complying with all the requirements and all the last minute trainings, because you can never train too much. So I'm
Hmm.
really excited to show to the Miss World organization everything that we've prepared. My Cebu team and my Manila team. It's a collaborative effort from everyone, and you can see so many things, so many beautiful things that not just Cebu but the Philippines can offer.
Yes. And I'm sure you're very excited to showcase the talent and the creativity of the Filipinos in the Miss World stage. And
Definitely.
now, Tracy, not to pressure you, but you are following in the footsteps of some of the amazing Miss World Philippines winners, including Megan Young, Laura Lehman, and Michelle D, to name a few. Have you received some advice from our former queens, and could you share some to us?
Yes. As of right now, I've already spoken to Miss Laura Lehman and Miss Michelle D. And after interview today, actually, I have a schedule with Miss Megan Young. We'll be
Wow.
speaking with her, so I'm very, very, very excited and nervous at the. But as for pieces of advice, they have just been telling me that Miss World is really all about being yourself. Because again,
Mhm.
you can never really tell what exactly they're looking for, but you can never go wrong with showing them who you truly are and not being afraid of being vulnerable, being authentic, because you are 120 or 140 candidates, 140 countries competing. And it's going to be one long month of competition. And it's not about shining on coronation night. It's about really showing them that you are the perfect fit, you are the perfect ambassadress for the organization. And how I can do that is to just really show my values, because I'm really,
Yes.
really proud of my upbringing, how my mother has raised me. I have no questions about that. So I'm just really excited to show them how a Cebuana, how a Filipina never gives up despite everything that is thrown at her. And I know that, again, God and hopefully the organization can see the heart. And I'm very
Yes.
proud of my heart and my principles. And so hopefully they can see that too. And that is
Mhm.
definitely I'll be showing to them come Miss World competition.
Yes, and I'm sure our viewers right now would agree with me when I say na you're showing your heart right now, answering all the questions that we're throwing at you. So ngayon pa lang, I'm very proud of you na.
Thank
And
you. Thank
now, let's see, question. I'm sure a lot of the fans would want to know, who among the past Miss World winners do you look up to the most?
Oh my gosh. Of course, I'm biased with Miss Megan, and I really, really, really want to follow her footsteps. But definitely, all the past winners, all the winners of Miss World have done their responsibilities really well. And
Yes.
I just really want to embody the the principles and the qualities of a Miss World. And I think that is showing to the world that you have a good heart, that you have a brave mind and a strong character. Because I'm sure all of our Miss World winners have all those in common. And I'm sure that Madam Julia will be seeing that good character in you and hopefully in me, and would trust me that I am the perfect fit to be the Miss World, the next Miss World.
Yes. And my last question for this segment, Tracy. As a beauty queen, you're not just the face, but also the ambassador of the Philippines in Miss World. So if your fellow candidates would ask you, what's the best thing about the Philippines? How will you answer it?
The best thing about the Philippines, definitely our people. I would say any time of the day, it's all about our people and how we are able to still remain hopeful and still smile despite everything that is happening around us. And I for one, am a person who does not falter and a person who does not give up on the possibility of a brighter future ahead of us. And I know that we all have that collective responsibility as a people to really make things happen for us. And I think that's one of the most beautiful traits about Filipinos is that we make things happen. And that is
Yes.
something that we can share to the world. That's also one of the reasons why all the Filipinos
Mhm.
are sharing talents all over the world. And I'm sure there are so many races and nationalities out there that really value the traits and how hardworking Filipinos are. And again, that is why we are one of the most important people in this world. And I would share that to the world as
Yes. Love it. It's always the smiles and the hospitality of the Filipinos. Ano. And now we move forward, Tracy, to the next segment, which is called Ask the Queen. So over the past days, we asked the fans to send in their questions. And like I said earlier, we received a lot of questions from the
well.
fans. Some of them
Okay.
in-include ko na sa earlier discussion natin. And we picked three of the best questions to ask you live right now. So the first question is from Love Crown, and she's asking, what is your comfort food?
Thank you, Love Crown. Comfort food, pizza, and ice cream. It has to really go together.
Uh-huh.
It's especially hard now that trying to control my cravings, but once in a while I give myself the opportunity to just really enjoy my comfort food, especially when I'm really tired. Sometimes I order pizza at 12 midnight or even after midnight. So it really lifts my mood. So definitely
True.
pizza
Bakit
and ice.
Bakit ang sarap kumain kapag past midnight, no?
Oo. Fast food. I don't know why, but maybe because we know that it's not good for us.
True yan. Okay, the next one naman is from No One Is Above Me. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is losing a loved one. It's my biggest fear because I've experienced it in the past, and it was the worst day of my life. And I wouldn't want to experience that again. So right now, with all my loved ones around me, all the remaining family members, my cousins, my titas and titos, I see to it that I tell them enough how grateful I am that they're taking care of me despite me not being their immediate family member, despite me not being their daughter, they are still treating me as if I am their own. So I'm just very, very grateful to them.
Hi Tracy, Sir Jojo is here. She's gonna say hi to you.
Hi,
Thank you
Sir
for guys.
Jojo!
Hello!
Hi, Jojo.
Ganda. Sobrang ganda ni Miss Tracy. Very beautiful girl. Very nice, very
Nice
genuine.
to
Musta? Eh, live pala
It's
to.
okay.
Sorry.
Go lang.
Go lang daw.
Yan. Thank you, Sir Jojo Bargais. Okay. And now the last question from the fans, Tracy, is from Judy Ann Cabillanes Kiban. What is your message to those who lost their jobs in the middle of the pandemic?
Thank you, Judy Ann. Your question is very timely, and I want to send a message to everyone who lost their jobs that please do not give up, and please do not lose heart, because it is just one of the many challenges that we will encounter in our lives. And please do not let this stop us from dreaming, from moving forward. Please do not let this instance hinder us from really working harder to achieving what we want to do in our lives. There are so many opportunities out there. If that door is closed for you at the moment, don't be afraid to knock harder. Don't be afraid to find other opportunities out there, because the more we seek opportunity, the more opportunities will open for us. And I hope that you take this as a lesson that, you know, there are still so many things that we can do in our life. If this is something that's been taken away from us, another one will replace that, and an even bigger.
Yes, that's a lovely message. And I hope Julian is watching to hear the answer, Tracy's answer to your question. And that's it. Those are the questions from the fans. So thank you everyone for sending in all those questions. Keep them coming for our next interviews pa. And now, Tracy, I'll give you a few seconds to breathe because the next segment is gonna be the Q&A challenge. So in this segment, we will assume that you're in the final Q&A of Miss World. And we have prepared 10 questions for you, and each one is assigned a number from 1 to
Okay.
10. So we'll ask you to pick three numbers, and we'll give you the corresponding question. So let's assume na may ano ka, imaginary ball, and pipili ka ng number.
You
So
just
the
have to
first
pick a
number,
number.
please.
I pick
Okay, number 2. Very timely. What is the most important quality that a Miss World should possess?
the most important quality that a Miss World should possess is a good heart. I will always say this time and time again, that being a good person definitely will take you to places, and will be the most important value that you can carry if you are gonna be Miss World. Because with a good heart, you can do so many things in life. You can touch and uplift lives of many people all over the world. And being Miss World, being or having that responsibility to not just carry yourself, but to carry the people around you, you have to be able to bank on the character and the heart that you have. Because presented with so many opportunities out there, you have to be able to distinguish which ones are good for you and which ones are not.
Very well said.
Hello.
Drew, your mic is mute.
Ay, sorry. Very good. Ang dami kong hanas kanina. Nakamute pala ako. So, Tracy, please pick your second number.
Number 3. My
Okay,
favorite.
number 3. So this was asked in Miss World 2019. Every contestant wants to change the world for the better. How would you change the world for the better?
How would I change the world for the better? It's all about really having the initiative to bring a lot of people with you, because there's only so many things that we can do alone, but with a lot of people behind your back and with you in fighting for a cause, may that be fighting poverty, may that be uplifting one another's lives, definitely if you are fighting all together, you can achieve even greater things in life. And as a Miss World Philippines, and hopefully as a Miss World, I hope that my story, that my background, and that my heart will inspire every single one of us to change the world one at a time, one step at a time.
Yes, I love it. Tama nga naman. Together we stand. Good job, Tracy. And finally, your last number.
My last number, number 7.
Okay, number 7. Mhm. As more and more people are getting their news through social media, do you think platforms have a responsibility to fact check posts, or will that ultimately suppress free speech?
Definitely, platforms have a responsibility to fact check posts. It does not mean that our freedom of speech is being suppressed. It just means that we are acknowledging the responsibility that we have, the kind of privilege that we have. If we are able to spread that amount of information to a lot of people, it is just right, it's just morally right and morally correct that we see to it that everything that we share on social media, every information is true and is right.
Wow, Tracy is so ready.
Yes,
Wow,
very ready ka na.
very ready.
Pwede
Alam
na
mo,
lumipad sa Puerto
anytime from
Rico.
now, you can go to Puerto Rico for a competition, and I'm sure you will is the head-to-head challenge.
Yes, excited. Excited na kami for you
Fast track.
to be
Yes.
yes, to be in the head-to-head challenge. And now, Amir, you're back na with a good internet
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about
So,
that.
the
But
floor is
anyway,
yours.
yes, yeah. But Tracy, before I ask the final, because this is the home stretch. Actually, we're on the home stretch now of our interview, and I wish I had more time with you. So I just want to ask, going into Miss World, what are your expectations?
My expectations are really about me making the most out of my experience in there. Because again, I always try to tell myself that no expectations would be better, but really making sure that I'm having the best time of my life, that I'm making sure that I carry the name of the Philippines with as much honor and as much pride as I can. I will be very happy, and I'll be grateful that I'm given that kind of opportunity. Because again, I see to it that as long as I give my best out there, I can never go wrong. And I think that is already enough for my countrymen. That is already enough for the people who believe in me. I can promise you one thing, I will stop at nothing so that I can make all of the Filipinos proud.
Wow, ang galing. Very well said. Now, Tracy, I just want to know, what does it mean for you to win the Miss World crown?
I'm very sure that a lot of people might say that it's impossible for me or for us to take home the second Miss World crown for the Philippines this time. But if I do win Miss World, it would just mean that miracles do happen. I don't take it negatively when people say that it's impossible for me, because I've made the past impossibilities become possible for me. I was a little baby, and in my Miss World Philippines stint, some people were telling me that I can never be Miss World Philippines. But here I am now. I'm just very grateful to have this opportunity. And I see it as a challenge and an inspiration for me to really work harder and to prove to everyone and to remind everyone that as long as we work hard enough, as long as we trust in our heart, we trust in our capabilities, nothing is impossible, not even the Miss World crown.
Grabe. Now I see the reason why you're the Miss World Philippines. Now, Tracy, I just want to ask this question for one more time. Being Miss World is glamorous and exciting, but it's also hard work. And I know you're doing a lot of hard work right now. What strength rather, would you bring to the role in the competition?
So what strengths do I bring to the Miss World Philippines, Miss World competition?
Yes.
I'm a very resilient person, and I see to it that I'm ready with whatever is thrown at me. I know that Miss World is very challenging in itself in a way that there are so many pre-pageant activities, there are so many fast track events, and I'm making sure that I'm prepared for every single one of it. And coming prepared in the Miss World competition, it would mean that I can gain positive results for our country. And I trust that I've already given it my all, and I'm continuing to give it my all so that in the upcoming Miss World, I'll be able to show how great a Filipina is.
Wow. So thank you, Amir, for your questions. Now it's my turn naman. So Tracy, earlier you mentioned that nung bata ka pa, it was your mom's dream for you to be a beauty queen. So what is the number one piece of advice that you would give your younger self?
Piece of advice I would give my younger self is to tell her that it's okay to not be okay and to doubt yourself sometimes. Because I know for a fact that I've experienced all of those in my 28 years of existence. I've doubted myself, I've cried and failed so many times. But one thing that's kept me going is the fact and knowing that it's okay to fail. It's okay to not be happy sometimes. But the key to that is to really acknowledge your feelings and understanding that it's just a phase. If you are sad today, it doesn't mean that you will be sad forever. If you failed today, it doesn't mean that you will be a failure forever. It's about what you do afterwards that truly matter. So if you don't let it really stop you from growing, if you use your experiences and your learning so that you can become even better as an individual, then definitely you can be wherever you want to be and you can be whoever you want to be. Just don't stop.
And my second to the last question. Aside from being Miss World Philippines, how do you want people to remember Tracy Maureen Perez?
I want people to remember me as someone who made the impossible happen. It's been my mantra ever since I was born. It's been my mantra in my experiences in the pageant industry, and I want to be remembered that way, as someone who made the impossible happen, because I think that it's going to be a beautiful reminder for every single human being, for especially to the young girls, that even if we think that our dreams are too unreachable, it can still be possible for us. Again, you just have to be relentless in chasing for your dreams. It can happen for you one day. What's for you will always find its way to you.
Yes, I love that. And finally, Tracy, fill in the blank. I am Tracy Maureen Perez from the Philippines, and I am blank.
I am Tracy Maureen Perez from the Philippines, and I am Miss World 2021.
Manifesting, I love it.
I
So
love it.
once
I love it.
once again, Tracy, thank you so much for joining us on Missosology Beauty Talk. It's
Thank you so
A
much.
great 1 hour with you.
It's been lovely to be here. Gracias.
Drew,
You're
I would
very
just want to
welcome.
say, I just want to say thank you to Aldrich and Sir Tini, and also to, of course, to Sir ELV for this
Yes,
opportunity, for having you
yes.
us with us, Tracy.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much.
Miss World Philippines
Aldrich, thank you,
Organization.
Miss World Philippines Organization. Aldrich especially because I've been reaching out to Aldrich.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Aldrich, if you're watching. Thank you for arranging this. And thank you, and Drew. Thank you so much for having me today. It's been such a pleasure to be here. I'm very happy to be given this opportunity to share a little bit more about my personality and about my story. So thank you for giving me this platform. Dagang
Yes,
salamat.
and Maureen, before we let you go, we want to ask for your message to all the Filipinos out there who's watching, and we'd want you to use this opportunity to invite them to support you on Mobstar for the multimedia challenge. So the floor is
First,
yours.
thank you once again, Drew. And to all the Filipinos, especially sa tanan mga Bisaya, tanan mga Cebuano, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for never leaving my side, for believing in me, for praying for me, and for supporting me. And I would like to ask one more time for you to continue to support me in my fight, in our fight. And if you have some spare time, please download the Mobstar application. It's the official application and partner of the Miss World organization. It's where they will be getting the Miss Multimedia Award so that I can proceed to the next to the top 40 and then continue on with the competition. For it's gonna be available at the App Store and Google Play. Just type in Mobstar and create your account. And from the World tab, just look for my name, Tracy Maureen Perez, or you can manually type in Tracy Maureen Perez and like all my photos. It's gonna be one like, one vote. Please, please, please do vote for me and like my entries so that we can make it in the Miss World competition. Once again, daghang salamat sa tanan Cebuano, tanan ninyo na wala gyud undang nga nagasuporta nako. Daghang salamat jud. And we will happen. We will make this happen. Just please continue to pray for me and support me. I know that we can make it.
Daghan salamat, Tracy. Kabalo ko nga you will make every Filipino proud. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you so much. Daghang salamat. Gracias.
Yes, thank you, Tracy.
Gusto
And
niyo mag-last word?
before I let you go, earlier I mentioned that I have a friend who's a very big fan of yours, even before you won Miss World Philippines. So, pa-shout out naman si Carl.
Carl?
Yes, Carl, yung name niya.
Hello, Carl. Finally, I hope I can meet you one day. And sabi ni Drew told me that your nickname is even Tracy. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Really so much to me. Thank you for supporting me and for believing in me. And I hope to continue to make you proud. I do my very best to make you guys proud. Thank you once again. Sending all my virtual hugs and love. Mwah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so once again, thank you, Tracy, and we wish you the best of luck as you compete in Puerto Rico for our second Miss World crown.
And we'd like
Once
to say
again,
thank you, Drew, to Miss World Philippines
Carl,
Organization.
thank you so much to all the Missosology family. Thank you so much for having me today.
yes, so thank you, Tracy, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. So that was it, your Miss World Philippines 2021 Tracy Maureen Perez. What else can I say? I love hearing all her stories. I love knowing the heart that she's pouring into this competition, and I'm very excited to welcome to see her compete in Puerto Rico for Miss World. And before we end this live, I just want to thank again the Miss World Philippines organization for allowing us to have Tracy on our show today. And if you want to watch all our previous episodes, you can go to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can also listen to our podcast on Anchor.fm and Spotify. And until the next Beauty Talks, good day, everyone. And I am here.
So sorry.